Hello, 大家好. Today's guest is Maya. She's half Arabic and half Chinese and currently based in Shenzhen. Today, I ask her about her childhood experience back at home and work and life in Shenzhen. Maya, can you briefly introduce yourself, please?
Hello, Rie. I want to firstly start by thanking you for having me. I really appreciate what you do. I really like how you bridge cultures and connect the world together. It's a really nice podcast, and I really enjoy watching your content. So my name is Maya, and I am half Chinese, half Lebanese. My dad is from Lebanon, from a little hometown in the south called Khiem. And my mom is originally from a little island in China called Xiamen. She migrated to Hong Kong when she was around 14 years old with a lot of other Chinese people around that time. And then she met my dad there, had me and my brothers in Hong Kong. All three of us were born in Hong Kong. And then when I was 2, we decided to move back to Lebanon. And that's where I was raised. And then I studied there. I went to a French school and studied there, and then had my university there, went to film school as well. And after that, I've opened my own production house where I directed and produced music videos, commercials, and documentaries. And then after a few years, my country, Lebanon, went through like some turbulence politically and economically, where it really pushed a lot of my clients and friends and family just out. A lot of people left Lebanon. And then, the war ultimately pushed a lot of, was the final blow. And that's when I decided to come to my other country, China. And, we're so lucky to be able to be from here and have a house here. And China really welcomed me properly. And I'm so happy to be back. And, I'm so happy to see China from a new pair of eyes, because I haven't been back in 13 years. So everything I know from my home country is, things I see on the internet. And I don't necessarily always see the most beautiful things about China. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I came here 2 years ago and blown away of how beautiful it is. And yeah, I worked in Hong Kong for a while, and I live in Shenzhen. Yeah, life is good. What else about me? I speak 6 languages. I speak English, French, Arabic, Cantonese, and Mandarin. And I do understand a little bit of Portuguese. I could have, a conversation, a basic conversation in Portuguese. And yeah, that's it. I'm not going to share my age.
Okay, no problem. No problem.
I look like I'm 25.
You do. Yes, Forever 25. Wow, that's amazing. You speak 6 languages.
Yes. Well, read and write, English, French, and Arabic. Mm-hmm. Cantonese and Mandarin I can only speak it. I cannot read or write because I didn't go to school here.
Oh. Mm.
Yeah. Wow. It's so hard to learn.
I see. So how did you learn all those languages that you speak?
Well, at home, I spoke Cantonese to my mom, and then Arabic to my dad. And then because they decided to put me in a French school, I had to learn French, and we studied everything in French. And and of course, Arabic. A lot of the schools in Lebanon are trilingual. Because we've been colonized by France, a lot of the schools are French schools. So automatically the program, when you study, you need to study all 3 languages, English, French, and Arabic.
And then how about English? How did you learn?
English at school, because it was a French school, the English was very basic. I mainly picked up my English by watching Cartoon Network. Yeah, Powerpuff Girls. And of course, listening to 90s pop, growing up listening to Britney Spears, Michael Jackson, and all those big respectable musicians. That's where I picked up a lot of my English from, actually, yeah. And see. Later on, I went to an American university.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow, no wonder why. And then you just told me that most of the people in Lebanon are trilingual, right? So yeah. Arabic, French, and English.
Yes. We joke about it. We greet each other saying, our famous line is, "Hi, kifak ça va?" which means, it's hi, how are you? All good? Everything fine? But if you dissect this phrase, you can see there's 3 languages in this single phrase. Hi, which is hi in English. Kifak is how are you in Arabic. Ça va is actually the French word for are you doing well? So hi, how are you? Are you doing well? So when you see a Lebanese person, you can tell them, hi, kifak, ça va?
Interesting. And then, which language do you feel most comfortable to speak?
I think English and maybe Arabic. I'm quite fluent in both of them. My French is very academic. Like, I don't know any like French slangs, not much. And but yeah, I think I'm most fluent in these 2, English and Arabic.
Do you get to use French these days?
Not really. I think that's why I feel like my French is dying as well. Like, I'm not practicing it with anyone. Yeah.
Understand. And then because you live in Shenzhen, so you get to use Mandarin like, in your daily life.
Exactly.
And then so as Cantonese, right?
Cantonese never dies because, at home I'm I'm speaking Cantonese with my mom. And when I was working in Hong Kong, it was Cantonese quite a lot. Yeah.
How about English? Is there any chance that you use English in your daily life?
In Hong Kong, a lot of English actually as well, because I worked in a vintage luxury store, and a lot of the clients were, foreign, and we had tourists, and it's not only locals that came and bought. So I was able to use actually some French and Arabic. I was so happy to be able to use my French when I saw French clients. And my Cantonese actually became a little bit more, I would say, local, because at home speaking to my mom it's not really formal, but it's not the lingo that you use when you talk to your friends, right? So for the first time I made some friends that are actually like local Hong Kong people. So they taught me a lot of like slang, and like there's a whole world, like it's a whole lingo that it's not, that I don't usually use at home with my mom. So I was happy to learn that side.
Now you work in Shenzhen, right? So do you get to use English at your current work?
My current work in Shenzhen is actually English only, because I'm teaching in 2 different universities, and the curriculum is all in English.
So that you can keep it up with your English proficiency because you use it regularly.
Yes, I do. I do use it regularly.
So you moved to Lebanon with your family when you were 2 years old, right? And then you stayed there for a long time. So and then you went to school there. So at your home during your childhood, so did your mom try to keep up any like Chinese traditions within your family when you were younger?
Yes, she did. We celebrated all the Chinese holidays. We did the dumplings. We celebrated 中秋节 and Chinese New Year. She kept a lot of those traditions alive. We grew up watching Chinese movies, Hong Kong actually, and grew up watching TVB, listening to Cantonese music, and watching Cantonese stand-up actually. Yeah, Wang Jiwa was quite famous growing up. Yeah. So she taught me how to do like dumplings and how to cook all the Chinese foods. We used to like do jiaozi and spring rolls, how to steam fish, how to steam chicken. Yeah, I think a lot of our culture is translated into food. Culture and love is shown by food. Yeah.
So love means like, how to show your love to the people?
Yeah, I think it's our love language at home. At least when she makes a warm bowl of congee in the morning, that's a bowl of love for me. It's warm and it reminds me of home, and it's more than a bowl of congee. It's actually, especially when you're like abroad, it's very emotional.
Then pretty much different from other completely Lebanese family, right? So probably you might feel some difference between your school friends like when you were younger.
Yes, for sure. But now that I'm a little bit older, I the real difficulty was not actually really me. I wasn't facing the difficulty is actually my mom. When you're young and you're at school, it's so easy to like make friends, right? Maybe not right away, but for an older person, it would be harder to, blend into a certain community. So the way she would make friends was probably becoming friends with the mothers of my friends. So whoever I was friends with and invited home, they would then become, my mom's friends, And there's not a big Chinese community back home in Lebanon. But yeah, the Chinese embassy would do events yearly. And that's when all the Chinese people would meet. And that is that little community. Culture-wise and language barrier, it's not easy. You're flying across the world and everything's different. It's not easy. But if you want to talk about my perspective, I was young and it was easy to make friends actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was easy to make some friends at school. Did I face some sort of like racism? Yeah. Sometimes, how kids are, there are some bullies everywhere you go, but not not a severe case, because I'm a tough kid as well. So you can't really, I didn't really give space for people to bully me, but there was some problems here and there. But I have my friends, and mainly it was a very good childhood at school. But yeah, there was definitely culture clash, because when it's lunchtime, I bring my food. My food is, maybe it's congee, one day, or maybe another day would be, I don't know, steamed chicken or chicken feet. So I wouldn't dare to bring chicken feet with me to school anymore, All the other kids are eating white people food, like bland bread and peanut butter and jelly and like some sort of cheese, and nobody is really having some exotic stuff. Like to them, my food is very exotic. So peer pressure made me maybe kind of try to not bring all those cuisines. I was, trying to that part. But then towards like high school, mentality changed a little bit. So it was kind of cool by then. I was bringing all those cool foods, and people were like, can I have a bite? Can I do you want to exchange? So things started looking better as I grew older. Because there weren't much foreign kids in Lebanon. There would be like one kid from Africa and the Chinese kid, which is me. And then the whole class is Lebanese. Yeah. It's not a very mixed culture like Hong Kong. Hong Kong, you would see a lot of foreign kids in a classroom. Yeah.
So you could more blend in if you were in Hong Kong?
Maybe.
So your background is a little bit different from other people from school, right? So how did your childhood environment, especially at school, affect you to build your identity? Because your background is a little bit different from other people, right?
Yeah. Well, it definitely made me stronger for sure. I'm not sure. I don't know. It's just when you get slapped and kicked in the face, you learn to stand up for yourself, and you get to, because like what the typical things that they tell you, and next time someone tells you that, you become more and more prepared. It definitely made me, now that I'm older, made me like embrace it more. As I was younger, I was trying to hide it and trying to blend in, because I don't want to be picked on, but now I fully embrace it. If anything, I'm very loud about it. Like I'm Chinese, just as much as I am Lebanese. I don't say I'm 50%. I'm half Chinese. I don't like to say I'm half Chinese or half Lebanese. I'm 100% Chinese, just as much as I'm 100% Lebanese. So I really embrace both sides. And actually, before coming here 2 years ago, I didn't really know how it was here in this side of the world, because the media doesn't really portray China in such a very nice image. And we tend to believe everything that we see online if we're lazy and we don't do our research. And it's so hard to research, actually. It's hard to do like a background check and everything. So you believed what you saw, and it wasn't really nice things. And up until I came here, that's when I really saw the real China, and I was blown away. I was like, I had this sudden, I was filled with emotions, and I couldn't believe it, because I was like, I could have, this is my country. I could have been here earlier. And I can't believe all those years they fed us all this garbage online. Honestly, it's garbage. Why don't they show us all the good sides, And I was a bit, it's a mix of emotions when I came here. There was a bit of shock and anger and a roller coaster of emotions. But I'm even more proud now.
Wow. And what has brought you to China?
Lebanon is at war right now. And there has been ongoing conflict with Israel. And so politically, it's not very stable. And then economically, it's not doing so well. So a lot of people left Lebanon. Like a lot of my friends left to like Dubai and Saudi. And so I was thinking like, China wasn't even on my mind. Like that was the last on my mind. I didn't even think of it as an option. But then my mom was here. And so, yeah, I came, and I did not expect what I expected. I came to, check on my mom and see how things are. And I even left my dog in the apartment, thinking in my head, like, I might be back. And I looked at things, and I was still renting it. I was still renting my apartment. And in my head, I was like, okay, I might be back. But then when I came here, I was like, okay, this is where I want to spend the second half of my life. This is where I want to build my career and family, hopefully. And, I made the decision, and then a few months later, I brought my dog over. That was a huge milestone. I was so happy to be able to bring her here. Yeah, I'm so happy now. I'm so happy.
So you chose Shenzhen as a place to live. Is that because your mom has already in there?
Yeah, we're lucky enough to have a house here in Shenzhen. Yeah, she does have a house here, and we're living here in her place.
Did you ever think of going to another city, not to Shenzhen?
No, I didn't really have an idea of going to another city. But China's so big, like if I decide to go on vacation, there's so many things to explore within China. Like each city is known for something. Like if I want to go skiing, I could go to Harbin. If I want to go to Hawaii, I could go to Hainan. If I want to see the pandas, go check out Cyberpunk City. There's Chengdu. If I want to go see a desert, I can go to Gobi Desert. There's so much exploring to do. I still haven't explored Shenzhen fully.
Oh, really?
Yes. I've been here for 2 years. There are a lot of places I still haven't seen. Only last week did I go to the indoor skiing resort, which is, I think, the biggest indoor skiing in the world.
Wow. In Shenzhen?
Yes.
And you can even do it in the summertime?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. I didn't ski though, because it's separated into 2 categories. There's like the playing area and the skiing area. I went to the playing area. It's quite fun. There's like slides and sleds, and very, very fun. And there's like a museum also in that playing area.
That sounds fun.
Very, very fun.
And my image of Shenzhen is also a lot of robots in everywhere, and then the cars without the drivers are also getting normal.
Have you been to Shenzhen?
Not yet, actually.
I would love to invite you here. I would love to have, really, because me telling you is different than you seeing for yourself, actually. There's an inside joke here that after leaving Shenzhen, you will, once you go back to your country, you go to a bone doctor to check your neck, because your neck is going to be hurting. Why? Because we're in Shenzhen, you were looking up the whole time. The whole time when you're walking in Shenzhen, you're just looking left and right up, because all the buildings are so colorful, and you have drones flying above you, delivering food and packages and coffee, and then you look to the left, there's like driverless cars, to your right, robots. It's straight out of a sci-fi movie. It's unreal. You feel like it's like this is not real. You feel like you're in a dream.
Wow, that's interesting.
That's how I felt when I first came. Now it's just normal. Like, I don't even know things anymore. But for someone that came in here, it's so overstimulating. There's something happening all the time. You do not know where to look. Literally, you're just like, you don't know where to look. There's so many things happening. It's overstimulating. Yes.
It sounds like it's already a lot different from Shanghai or other cities.
I've been to Shanghai, and as someone that's, I would say well-traveled, I've been to London and Europe, the US, and Australia, Africa. Shenzhen really blew my mind. When I arrived and I looked at our house, I literally stood there for a good minute and cried. Like, I had a very good cry.
Oh.
It was satisfying good cry. I cried because, one, I was in shock and disbelief, like, this is where I am from. And then I was shocked because I was fed for so many years, like so many other people. We were fed propaganda about China, and I knew that it looked like this. Till now, maybe a little bit, like, maybe now China's trending a little bit, but 2 years ago, it wasn't like that. People never thought of even coming to China for tourism. But yeah, where our house is, it was a village years ago, 20-something years ago, it was a village. So all around the house was lychee trees. And it was, there wasn't even pavement, buildings. One building, it was Sheraton Hotel. It's a very old landmark now. They haven't changed the decor since. I have a picture when I was young, standing in front of the hotel. My mom made me stand there and take a picture because it was the only building there. Just farm and lychee trees. And like, in my head, that's where I'm going to. When I was flying here, I was preparing myself mentally, like, it's going to be horrible.
Oh.
So going from that, this is what put me into tears, actually.
Wow. Just in 20 years.
Yes, the growth was absurd. The growth of Shenzhen was actually so fast that people did not have enough time to adapt. Now that there is like so much, it's a high-tech city with so much technology. See, the younger generation already adapted, right? But the older generation, they still have some of those old habits that don't really pair well with such a high-tech city, if you know what I mean. So, for example, the old generation would still spit on the floor. The new generation don't. The old generation would do the Beijing Bikini. Do you know what that is? When they lift up their So these little habits that they took from, I think they, it's very, not very city-like habits. But because it grew so fast, you'll see these contrasts, which I think I embrace it. Like, it's really fascinating to see.
I was talking with another friend of mine who also used to live in Shenzhen, and he also told me that especially for the last 5 years, Shenzhen's growth is unbelievable, very quick. That's what he said.
It's very quick. For example, one of the biggest misconception, I get asked a lot once I go back to Lebanon or anywhere. They'd ask me, do you guys eat dogs?
What?
Eat dogs.
Do they still ask you?
Yeah, a lot of people. It's not shocking. Not only in Lebanon, really. Yeah. So, because I'm a dog lover. So in my head, I was like, okay, I really want to get to the bottom of this. Like, is this true? Where are those people? I wanted to go explore. I came here and there was not a single menu that had dog meat. And it's actually illegal to eat or sell dog meat here now. And not only that, but you look at the dogs here in Shenzhen, actually living a better life than most of the people who live in the third world countries. These dogs, they're groomed and air conditioned, blown out like beautiful hair, and they're sitting in carriages with fans.
Wow.
And they have their events and parks and dog cafes and insurance and all these things that, some people don't even have. So again, like in my mind, I'm like, oh my God, people don't even see this. They think the dogs here are living like kings. Every mall is dog friendly. And I entered to this mall, and at the door, there were carriages, like maybe 12 carriages. So I thought they were for babies, but then I saw a little logo that had a dog on it. So you could just take those carriages for free. If you have a dog, put your dog in it, and then so you could walk around in the mall. And then once you're done, you'll return the carriage and then leave. So they made it very dog friendly.
And I see that there are more and more people who started having their own dogs or cats or and other animals, especially the single ones.
Yes.
Instead of having your own family, like, husband or wife, they don't get married, but instead they have their own pet.
I'm going to talk about Shenzhen's case specifically. A lot of the new generation, they graduated, they got a job, but then they send half of their money, if not more, to their parents. So everybody left their villages, came to Shenzhen to make money. Actually, that's the stereotype about Shenzhen. There's not really much locals here. Everyone in Shenzhen, most of the people here are, they came from some other cities. So a lot of the teenagers and adults now, they're still sending money back home. So there's not much left to actually date a girl or get married, So I think, raising a child is not cheap. So I think next closest thing to a child is maybe a dog. So it's very, very popular.
Yeah, education cost is unbelievably expensive, right? Especially if you want to send your kids to international school.
Yes. Well, unless you send them to government school, private school here is very expensive. Otherwise, public school is free, almost free. Healthcare is almost free. But yeah, getting married is expensive. When you want to marry someone here in China, the norm is you need to buy the bride a house, a car, and the bride like a certain sum of money. I think it's called Li Cai. It's kind of like the gift you give to the bride. So getting married is quite a big ordeal.
Yeah, quite expensive, like quite a pressure for the guys.
Yes. Also, the rent here is not cheap anymore. It's the third most expensive city in China. So you have Hong Kong is number one, and then Shanghai, and then Shenzhen.
Yeah, I heard renting a house and then buying a house both very expensive in Shenzhen.
Exactly. So those people who came here, they're sending half their salary to back home. They take care of their parents, and then you have rent that takes the other half. You're not really left with much to enjoy yourself and eat, maybe buy some clothes, and there's really much room left to date, let alone get married.
And then also I heard that many people work until late night.
Not really.
Not really?
No. It depends where you work. But most of the offices, they work till like 6:30. Overtime would be till 9, but it's not always reoccurring. And something that I've noticed between working in Hong Kong and in China is that in Hong Kong, when you leave at 6, you leave at 6, and that's it. Nobody can call you, email you, or bother you about anything about work. But in China, work kind of follows you back home. So the boss can call you at like 9 or 10, and you're expected to answer. You can receive an email, and then you're expected to answer.
In that way, probably the people are under the pressure to.
Maybe. But the cost for enjoying yourself here, it kind of makes up for everything else. So after work, if you want to like grab some food and maybe go to karaoke and have some fun, that part is not that expensive actually. So it kind of makes up. And, we have a nice beach. You take the metro for 2 renminbi, which is maybe a few cents, US dollars. You'll go to the beach. Beach is free, and you can have a good time to relax. Parks. Shenzhen is built in a way where you are always 10-minute walk away from a park. So a lot of nature that is very integrated, well engineered when they were planning the city. So lots of greens, lots of skyscrapers, but lots of greens. So there's a park next to my house where if you go there at like 12 o'clock or 1, you'll see a lot of people taking a stroll, but they're wearing suits. These people, they work in the offices around, and after lunch, they would go for a nice walk in the park in between trees. That really helps them to relax. And then something that I really appreciate about the work culture here in China is that your lunch break is not 1 hour, it's 2 hours. So 1 hour for eating, 1 hour for sleeping. People need to take a nap after eating. And then give enough time to maybe go for a walk. Yeah, it's relaxed in that way. Versus in Hong Kong, last time I was working there, they shortened our lunch break from 1 hour to 45 minutes. Yes, after I left, my friends were also telling me like it became even shorter. In the US, it's maybe 20 minutes. So, and I think, okay, there's pros and cons. It's not really as high pressure as people think working in China. A lot of the work is also like going with the boss for dinners and business lunches, and these are quite fun as well, which you don't have in other countries.
I see. Hong Kong doesn't have.
Not really. When I worked in Shenzhen, more regularly did we, as a whole company, I think maybe weekly, the boss invites the whole company for lunch, maybe go out. It's very normal, and it's a good relationship environment.
And then when you were working in Hong Kong, you were commuting from Shenzhen, right, every day?
Yes.
So what was the advantage of working in Hong Kong and then commuting from Shenzhen?
So I live near the border, and for me to get to the border is around maybe 6 minutes. And then once I'm at the border, crossing the border takes around 15 minutes, sometimes less. But then the actual commute from the border to central Hong Kong would take 45 minutes.
So around 1 hour?
A little bit more because, I don't walk as fast. But yeah, a lot of people do that actually because living expenses is cheaper in Shenzhen. So we have a lot of Hong Kongers now that are buying houses in Shenzhen actually. That's why also the prices skyrocketed here. Not only is it a nice city, but it's close to Hong Kong, and salaries in Hong Kong are higher.
I see. That because the living cost in Hong Kong is also more expensive, right? Higher, right? So that is why the salary is also higher.
Yes.
But if you live in Shenzhen and then work in Hong Kong, you get the higher salary and then less living cost. That means you have more.
But then, you pay the price, which is the commute. That's the time that you sacrifice. But overall, you could ask for transportation fees. My boss was really nice in Hong Kong. And
Did they cover for your commuting fees?
They did, yes.
Oh.
Yes, they did.
That's so nice. Usually in Hong Kong, they don't, right?
I haven't had other jobs. No, but when I asked, they were more than happy to give. Even in working in Shenzhen, they would give you transportation fees.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yes.
When I was working in Shanghai, the company that I was working didn't cover for my commuting cost. And I also heard that it's normal the company wouldn't cover for the employees' commuting cost. That is the normal in China. That's what I heard. So I thought that it's good to hear that there are some company who are willing to cover for your commuting cost in China.
In China, I'm teaching in 2 different universities. Both universities gave me transportation fees. One way was I'd give them the receipt of the taxis and then they would reimburse me. The other university has a set payment, which is a certain amount, and that amount was way more than what it cost me to get there. So I actually, the transportation fee I didn't use it all, but I kept a little bit for me.
I don't know if other normal companies would cover for the employees' commuting costs, but it's good to hear that your university covers.
Yeah, in those 2 jobs, when I asked, they just gave it to me. It was funny. Last week, I was taking my nephew to see a dentist. And being the Chinese in me, I always don't accept the first price they offer. I always try to hackle with the price, give me a better price. They're like, sure, I'll give you a better price. I can even offer you a transportation fee. Even the dentist will give you the transportation fee.
Really? Wow. In Shenzhen, I guess that your appearance would look different from other people, I guess. So how have the locals been treating you in China?
I always get asked where I'm from because I don't really look Chinese. And most of the time they think I'm from Xinjiang. Yeah, they think I'm Uyghur. That's most of the time. And then they get shocked when I start speaking Mandarin. Oh, your Mandarin's so good. Where did you learn it from? And then I tell them I learned it from watching TV. Growing up, in Lebanon, we had the DVD. We bought those DVDs and we watched series. There was this really famous series called F4, Meteor Garden. It's a very famous Taiwanese soap opera. So yeah, that's where I learned my Mandarin. And my Mandarin actually has a little bit of Taiwanese accent. That's why, yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. So nobody thinks that you have an Arab background?
No, they wouldn't guess that. Their first guess some would say like Mexican or Hawaiian, and yeah.
Do you use Mandarin more or Cantonese more to the local people in Shenzhen?
Always Mandarin.
Because you just told me that most of the people in Shenzhen are originally from other cities, right?
Yes. If you want to talk to a local, you can talk to them in Cantonese. They should know. Yeah.
But so you don't get to see the local, like Lao Shenzhen, not many times.
During my 2 years living here, I met one local.
Really? Really?
Yes. One. And I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, we don't see you often.
Wow. Then Shenzhen really sounds like a migrated city.
It's very rare. It's like seeing a rare Pokemon. Yeah.
Do you get to see the foreigners often in Shenzhen?
You get to see more and more foreigners. They're starting to come more and more. Mainly, they live in Shekou. I don't know why. They have like their own community there in that area. In Futian, there are some like restaurants and some bars, some streets that are more foreign friendly, like heavy, like you would see more foreigners there. It's like designated areas.
And then I heard that more and more Hong Kong people go to Shenzhen for the weekend for shopping or just enjoy the meals or do some kind of activities. And can you tell if the people are from Hong Kong or from Shenzhen from their appearance?
Yes, I do. How could I say? From appearance, I think the mainland people would, girls would dress like very cute, high socks, skirts, and they'll have like lots of cool teddy bears hung to their bags, and it's just like very like kawaii style, Hong Kong girl mostly would be more like classic, probably in like loose pants, linens, or probably like joggings, Lululemons. It's hard to describe. I don't know. It's just, I know how to, I can tell. Makeup also tells a lot. Hong Kong girls are less heavy on makeup. Versus mainland, they draw heavy eyeliners. They have that, I don't know what's that makeup called, but it's like that makeup that everyone does.
Wan Hong?
Maybe the big eyes and red lips, and you could tell. And then for the men, they're quite stylish actually, the mainland. They wear very cool, like baggy, and they're more flashy and daring with their choice of fashion, versus Hong Kong man is more like reserved and classic. Like you could tell immediately.
So from what you wear, like clothes, makeups, and probably a hairstyle would be different too, I guess.
Yeah. And if a girl is tanned, she's 100% Hongkonese, because they are more prone to go tanning on the beach. Here, I've never seen, maybe one or two. It's very hard to see a mainland girl, like a mainland girl.
Do you also feel that the communication style between Hong Kong people and Shenzhen people are different?
Communication style? Oh, yeah. Yes. When talking to a Hong Kong person, the stereotype is that they are more aggressive, but I would see it as like they're more straightforward. Like, because everybody's like, so they don't have enough time to like deal with things that don't have anything to do with them. They'd rather like cut out all the BS and just go straight to the point, right?
So you mean Hong Kong people or Shenzhen people?
Hong Kong people, they're more straightforward. Yeah. Especially if you want to talk about like service. You know, you go to a restaurant in mainland, in Shenzhen, the service, you know, they're more friendly, accommodating, like, hi, welcome. How can I help you? What would you like to drink? You know, smiling, and maybe they'd open a conversation with you. In Hong Kong, they could come across a little bit more like in a rush, you know, like you help yourself. You need to order quickly because the waiter's not going to stand there and wait for you, you know. It's a bit stressful. Actually, they even joke about it. Like, you better have your order ready so that when your waiter comes, you just immediately tell them your order. And rarely can you like ask them like, oh, what's your best selling? Is this good? Like, do you recommend this one? Or because if you ask them, most probably they're gonna look at you like, I don't know what you want to eat. Like, might be different than yours. Versus if you ask like here in Shenzhen, they would give you like, I personally tried this. I like this one. You might not like it, but yeah, I could advise it. You know, there's more room for conversation.
I kind of understand what you mean. I visit Hong Kong many times, and one day I was eating dinner with my friend, and then we went to a restaurant, and then when we are about to finish our meal, and then the waiter suddenly come, oh, okay, you are already done, so you gotta leave because we have more customers to come in. So
yes.
But I've never experienced this kind of service in mainland China, actually.
Yeah, yes. Like today I was in Hong Kong, I was looking for some medicine in the pharmacy.
Oh.
So I asked them, do you have this? They're like, nope. And I was like, okay, do you know where I can get it? He's like, we don't have it here, so I don't know where you can get it. That's exactly what he said. Versus, I'll give you another experience where I was looking for medicine in Shenzhen. Went to a pharmacy. I told him, do you have this? He's like, no, but I can tell you where to go to order. And then I went to the other place that he told me to and didn't find it. And then I went back to him. I was like, you know, they don't have it. Do you know where I can get it? He's like, you know what? Let me order it for you online. And the guy ordered it for me online from another place. Keep in mind, this guy has a pharmacy, right? He's helping me to buy a medicine from another place. He's like, the medicine will arrive in 30 minutes. So I went, had lunch, and then I came back and I paid him. And he wouldn't, you know, I wanted to pay him extra for his service. He wouldn't accept. So it was just an act of kindness. This guy took some time and he took money out of his pocket to buy me this medicine, not knowing if I'm going to come back. So the gap is very wide. This guy, I added him on WeChat, and he sells Chinese medicine. And even if I don't use Chinese medicine, I'm like introducing everyone. Like, if you ever want like Chinese medicine, please go to this guy. This guy's amazing. And, you know, try to return the service to him. Yeah.
Are you planning to stay in China for a longer term?
Yes. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. This is my home now, you know. I have family here, and there's a strong emotional tie to Shenzhen. For me, it's not just city, it's my home now. Yeah.
What do you like about Shenzhen?
I love how much greenery and nature is integrated into the city. I live in the city center, right? It's in the center of the financial district. If I take a deep breath in the middle of a cross section that has 8 lanes of cars, I take a deep breath and the air is so clean because all the cars are electric. All the public transport and the buses and trains are electric. There is 4 or 5 parks 10 minutes away from me, walking distance. So the air quality is very good. And there's so much greenery everywhere. I think Shenzhen is the greenest city in China, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yes. All the cars are electric. All the lighting in the building are, everything is run on electricity. And I think for me, this is very important. Second is safety and the people. So Hong Kong is so safe. I was walking around 10 p.m. on a Friday. I see little kids, 6, 7, 8, 9-year-olds playing in the park without their family. They're playing badminton, skateboarding, playing sports. You don't really find this anywhere, So it's a very family-oriented, very safe city. And the people are really, really nice. What else do I like about Shenzhen? I love that it's, it's a tech hub. It's Silicon Valley of China, so it's a tech hub of the world. And the conversations with people here are very, career driven. It's like, okay, what's our next project? What's the new thing? There's always a new thing
happening.
And the pace it's growing at is exponential. It's crazy. Today, a new robot came out. Tomorrow, you don't know, there's something every single day. So when you live in an environment that is like that, your brain kind of is like, okay, you kind of wake up. It's so hard to procrastinate in Shenzhen. Because otherwise you're going to feel left out. Everybody's doing something. Everybody's making money and advancing in their careers. Somebody's I think Shenzhen has the biggest number of billionaires in the world now. It's head to head with New York. It keeps going back and forth. But then you see all those billionaires are 30-year-olds. They're very young billionaires, okay? Those are billionaires they don't have white hair. They're not grown men. And the reason why is that the government is really pushing AI to these young kids. And it's mandatory to learn AI. And so you have these kids that have all the resources and funding, right? And they're in the right environment. So we have 12-year-olds creating apps that succeed and they're millionaires. We have 12-year-old millionaires. Who would have thought that? That's mind-blowing. So it's really it's just breeding entrepreneurs. So yeah, for me, that's fascinating. I want to be in such a place, versus where I came from, Lebanon. Lebanon is very tourism-driven country. Everybody's relaxed. Everybody's conversation is oh, where are we going to have our next Prosecco? When are we going to have our happy hour? Are we going to the beach on Saturday? Which beach? This is the conversation. Where are we going to have a good time? When's our time? Where are we going on a trip? When are we traveling? So I don't know. I found the middle ground here. Because yes, it is a very work-driven environment, but then in the same time, they know how to have fun. They do have fun.
Sounds very different.
Yeah, for me, it was quite shocking to see, and I learned a lot. I'm still learning. I have a lot still to learn, and yeah. But in general, you feel like the atmosphere in Shenzhen is more relaxed. When I'm walking on the streets are wide. They're wide. I would never bump into a person in Shenzhen. The pace that people are walking in is slow. Versus in Hong Kong, if you walk in Central, don't you dare walk slowly because people bump into you. You're going to get pushed. Are narrow. It's loud because the streets are narrow and you have all those big buses passing by and smoke from the cars and beeping and honking. It's a bit overstimulating for the ears. Shenzhen is a bit overstimulating for the eyes. I don't know if you're getting the vibe I'm trying to...
Yeah, understand. Hong Kong is always in a rush, people in a rush and, the environment, atmosphere. Even the escalator are very fast.
Yes. I go on that escalator every day when I'm working there. So you need to stand on the right and on the left side, you have all those people that are rushing.
Oh, yeah.
This is something I really respect. I wish we had more of that here in Shenzhen. Because Hong Kong is such a tiny place and it's overpopulated, but it works well because people follow the rules. They stand in line, in the metro, you stand on the left, you let the people come out first and then you go in. So this kind of unspoken respect or this rule keeps the harmony going. In Shenzhen, it's a little bit more chaotic.
Do they do the same in Shenzhen?
No, not all the time. Sometimes, when I'm coming out of the metro, supposedly there should be an empty space in front of me because the people should be standing on the side. Let us go out first. but they don't really do that. And I try to be understanding about it. Again, because of there's so many elements, like China growing so fast, right? You have people coming from other cities that are not big cities. They're like villages, right? So this is kind of like the clash that I'm talking about. Like, I think maybe within the coming next generation, it will be better. Like, they will be able to like maybe stand in line properly and have this etiquette that I'm talking about. You can't compare it to the habits that Hong Kong has. Hong Kong has been abiding these rules for years. So how I see it is, I feel like give it a few years and I think Shenzhen should be able to have these habits.
Hong Kong and Shenzhen are next to each other, but those two cities, they are very different in many ways.
Yes, it's important to look at the history. China had its doors closed up until the 70s. And when I say doors closed, it means no foreigners could come in, no foreign companies. They didn't have McDonald's, they didn't have, 70s was only a few years back. So opening the doors and globalizing China and, plus this very quick jump economically and rising to the world stage now, the people didn't really have enough time to catch up. I'm telling you, the older generation, old habits die young, but the young generation, you could see, they're very different mentalities. That's why I keep saying, like, okay, Shenzhen, give it a few years, it will catch up in terms of social habits.
Yeah, now more and more international companies are entering to the Shenzhen market too, right?
Yes.
So it's changing in that way too.
Yes, and a lot of the Shenzhen companies made it to international markets.
Yes, that's true.
So you have all those big companies like Tencent, BYD, Alibaba. They all started in Shenzhen, and they really put Shenzhen on the world map. And it all happened so quickly and exponentially. So if this is Shenzhen now, I feel in a few years, it's going to keep on growing and growing. There's lots of opportunities here.
Okay, so the last question. Is there anything that you would like to do in China in the future?
I would love to have my own business. What business, I still don't know, but I definitely don't want to keep working as an employee forever. Yeah. And there's so many inspiring stories around us here in Shenzhen. You hear like really inspirational stories every day, and you become somewhat a bit optimistic because you see those people who come from backgrounds that are literally, they built their whole life from ground up. Lots of those stories where, students, they come from the village, their parents barely were able to financially keep them at school. Parents who are farmers and villagers, right? And then the next generation, which is, the kid, they have like, they get good grades, they go to a good university, they create an app, the app takes off, and they're millionaires before they even turn 18. So in one generation, they flipped the entire path of their family at such a young age. So this is very inspirational, and it's really like a meritocratic city. If you're good and hardworking, you do have a chance to do well. Versus if you look at some other capitalist countries, it's so hard it's not as meritocratic as they say it is, because you need to always be friends with someone or know someone that knows someone that will get you into a certain circle. And then it's not as easy to climb that social ladder as it is here. For example, in the US, you have few, let's say, telecom. It's so hard to build your own thing in telecom because you have few people controlling it. Then there's like a monopoly. But then the law there kind of protects them. Versus here, it's easier because there shouldn't be a monopoly on certain industries. The government here will make sure that leave enough room for other people to practice what they need to practice.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing you. What are you gonna do in the future in Shenzhen? I believe that you do great in whatever you do.
Well, I hope so. I have a few ideas in mind, and it's not an overnight thing. Learning, but yeah, I'm optimistic about this, and I feel like if I put my time and energy here, I trust that I will be able to find the fruit of my labors.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Maya.
Thank you, Rie.